The time right now is 5:44. In an earlier special assignment unit, we broke down the numbers for the DC speed cams in our area that make the most revenue. Now, the numbers were in the tens of millions. And while less people are running red lights, the amount of fines from those cameras are pretty staggering as well. WUSA 9's Koslof breaks down all the numbers.
There's no doubt about it. Waiting at one of these red lights is not fun. But we do it for a couple reasons. One, it's to keep people safe, because people can die if you run one of these red lights. On top of that though, there's a financial side. Just look at the numbers here. Last year, DC collected more than $19 million from people running red lights. That's equivalent to 4,500 tickets to last year's Super Bowl. And this year, over a 7-month period, they've already collected $13 million. That's enough to fly to Hawaii and back some 14,000 times. But where are the hot spots? The places where the most people have been running red lights? While I keep driving, take a look at the map. Our rankings start in Northwest, right by Franklin Square. That's where we find number 5 on our list, located by 14th and K Street. Listen to this, more than 3,000 tickets have been issued for more than $615,000. That's a lot of people running red lights. And number 4 on our list takes us here to Tourist Central. We're right by Constitution Avenue and 12th Street, and that's where you're gonna find these guys right above me here. It's right as folks are coming out of that tunnel heading northbound on 12th Street. A lot of people have gotten tickets here. We're looking at 3,700 red light tickets for $750,000. As for why this one is here, well, that has a lot to do with all the pedestrians walking through here every day. Meanwhile, stop number 3 takes us to North Capitol Street on the northbound lane by Riggs Road. That's just north of Fort Totten Park. As you can see, it's a very congested area. All in all, there's been 4,500 tickets for just under $900,000. That's a lot of money. And speaking of congested areas, number 2 on the list is pretty busy as well. It's right here in Noma by the intersection of New York Avenue and Florida Avenue. And a lot of people have gotten tickets as they head westbound downhill towards the city. Listen to these numbers, 4,400 tickets for $940,000. And that takes us to number 1 on the list, and this is a big one. It's also on New York Avenue, right by that crazy exit for 395. As you know, it's always mayhem at this intersection, and so a lot of people have gotten tickets because of that. All in all, 4,700 tickets for $946,000. And it turns out that this is nothing new. We took a look at the numbers for the last 6 years, and we found out that that was the top ranking location every year except for just one. Slow down if you're driving this area and listen to those lights. So there you go, the top 5 hot spots in the city where the most people have been running red lights. And if there's one lesson from this story, let it be this: just don't do it. You can get yourself in an accident and it could cost you some money. Much more on this on our WSA 9 website and on our mobile app. We've listed the top 5 grossing red light cameras, as well as this really cool interactive map for speeding cams. On there, you can find out exactly how many tickets were issued in your neighborhood. And guys, I can tell you the web team spent a lot of hours putting that together.
I'm sure they did. What I hate about those red light cameras is when it's yellow and it's only yellow for like a second. You know? Yeah. So it's easy to get you. It
could be killer. But we were talking about there's a difference, because if you run a red light, you really could kill somebody. So we did one on speeding, and if you're going to five over, it could be really frustrating. Yeah. But really, these red light cameras do have a purpose, because they can be deadly.
But you could also slam on your brakes, and the person behind you could hit you, right? There's so many things about. The bottom line is this: they're making a lot of money, and they're going to continue to put up more because they know how much money they can make. Almost $1 million at that one intersection.
It's just one light, and 5 out of the last 6 years, that camera. So think if it's supposed to be a deterrent, so the number should be going down. 5 out of the last 6 years, that has been the top camera. Dang. So clearly something's wrong there.
What makes you wonder that something else is going on?
That's right.
This may not be the primary reason, may not be safety, and in fact, just to generate money for the city. So.
Right. And speaking of the money goes to the general fund, DC Council gets it, they can use it for whatever they wish. So it's not going to DC Police. Which a lot of people are asking, because the DC Police decides where the cameras go. So if they were getting the money, then you could think, okay, they're trying to.
Yeah, but going to the general fund also means it could get redistributed to the police too, right? Either way. All right, let's talk some weather right now. It's 42 degrees.